Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Craft, and I've got almost a week's worth of stuff to show you. Friday and Saturday, we spent the day with our 3 daughters and 4 granddaughters. And getting 4 kids, the oldest is going to be 7 in October, the youngest is going to be 1 in September. So 4 kids, fairly young, together. There was a lot of laughing and screaming, happy screams most of the time though, and running and playing and boo-boos and hugs and kisses and love yous, and it was lots of fun. So before I left, I was working on my scrap project to finish off a bunch of scrap yarn. I think I've probably used up about 8 small cakes so far. The first thing I was working on is chill pills. I made this one in green and blue. This is more of a happy pill in 2 shades of pink. And another happy pill in cream and green. So I'll probably make up a few more of those because my next show is at the end of August at a family, it's a community fair that's going to have a lot of kid-friendly activities and stuff like that. I can have it at a lower price point, and hopefully they'll sell well. Then, let's see, was this from the Wooble? I think this was from the Woobles book. I will have to check. But I found the cutest little pattern for a mushroom house. So I made one with a pink roof and one with a red roof. And one with an orange roof. See all the little dots? For this one, for the pink one and the orange roof, I took a little metal bead and put a metal bead on the front door for the doorknob. The other one, I just sewed a little bit of yellow. I thought, a bead will look cuter. I also, in my last show, I think I sold 2 or 3 of my little coffee cups. So I made a little pastel coffee cup and a little green coffee cup to fill in. Since I'm participating in Amigurumi Wars, and if you make something little like that, you have to have 3 of them, there will be 1 more coffee cup coming at some point in the next week or so. And I did have someone message me on Etsy asking when I was going to restock pink bottle slings. So I did get one of those made up, but now I need to update the listing to show that I have it. And then Friday night, I got another order for a bottle sling. So I got to get that. I've got to find that and get that out in the mail. And then tonight, after we got home, I was working, trying to catch up on stuff. Cha-ching! I sold 3 monsters. So that's going to be interesting, trying to find 3 monsters in the mess from Street Fest. I have not sorted stuff back into the boxes. It's all like, I have a box here that has a pineapple, a cat, a mushroom, a cow. So finding the monsters is going to be a challenge. So I think, yes, I think that takes me up to the trip. On the way down in the car, I only finished 1 item because I probably spent about half an hour untangling the yarn. But I made a little pastel squid because Strawberry Bonnie made me do it. I'm so glad that she introduced me to this pattern because I'm definitely having fun with the pattern. And then, let's see, that was finished on the way down. It was only an hour and 40-minute drive, so okay, one thing finished. While we were at the beach, I did finish up a little penguin, but I will have to just put a picture of it here because my third granddaughter laid claim to it. She was going through the notebook with me, and I'm showing her the different patterns I brought along. And when she saw the penguin, she goes, "Oh, Grammy, can you make me that?" Okay, and I showed her the bag of yarn. What color? Pink. So Lyra got her penguin, and I told her, well, when you take the penguin with you to bed at night, you're going to have to be extra quiet so the penguin can get a good night's sleep. And she slept well that night, so maybe Grammy's penguin helps her sleep. Let's see, that was Friday. Then I started to work on my Happy Huggy Cat pattern in scrap yarn. And I thought I had enough dark pink to finish the head. Nope, it only got about halfway up the head. So the head is a dark pink, and then the body is a pink and pastel together. The leg, these are arms, okay. It's been a long weekend. The arms are 2 shades of blue. Get your act together. 2 shades of blue held together, so sort of a tweedy look. Then the legs are gray and blue stripes. The tail is gray, and the ears are gray. So, I don't know, I think it looks a little bit more like a fox with the top of the head darker. When you're doing a scrap yarn project, it doesn't always work out exactly the way you want to, but I thought it turned out sort of cute. So, I think the rain has started. My husband was keeping an eye on the weather forecast for tomorrow because I said, we have enough groceries that we could probably get through, a couple of days without me shopping. And maybe I'll just stay home and get stuff done tomorrow. And he goes, oh, it's going to be raining and thunderstorms all day. Just stay home, stay home. So I have permission to stay home tomorrow and get lots done. Okay, that I finished up Saturday night in the hotel. Then we went to church, to my daughter's church this morning, and then headed home right after church. And on the way home, I was working on Leggy Froggies in skirts. I made 2 with purple skirts. So one has a straight line mouth and the other has a little smiley mouth. And I made a pink skirt. So then, after I got them, like in the car, I was literally making them up and then just going and tossing them into the back seat. So I threw all 3 into the back seat. When I got home, I sewed them up and tucked in the yarn ends and added the smile and the eyes and all that. Then I have a custom order that I was working on for a shark. It's a big guy. The pattern, what was it, by Cuddly Stitches? Where's my notes? Cuddly Stitches Crochet. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. The pattern says it was only going to be about 6 inches long. Well, that's when you make it with a thin yarn and like a B or C hook. This I used, it was Loops and Threads, a recycled yarn that I ended up using a number 7 hook, which is, I think, between G and H. So he's a big boy. So I'm going to take some pictures of him now and get them to the Etsy customer for approval, and hopefully this guy will go out in the mail tomorrow too, with the monsters that I need to find. So, on my agenda now, oh, my shirt says, today's good mood is brought to you by coffee. It's officially a pajama shirt, but when I got home from the trip, I was still wearing my dress from church, and I didn't want to put on a t-shirt and get something dirty just for wearing for a few hours, so I put on the pajama shirt early. It's one of my favorite pairs of pajamas. Yep, today's good mood brought to you by coffee. So first on the agenda is to get a couple of gifts made up, the little surprise gift like the egg scrubbies that I make to go out with the Etsy order. I'm not quite sure what I'll send with the monsters. Maybe I'll pull out one extra monster and send along an extra monster, because I mean she bought 3 items. I want to send her a nice freebie. So get the Etsy orders ready to go out. Then I have another order for a turtle matching game. So I'm going to start mass producing little turtles. So I can probably get that one out by like Wednesday. And then it will be back to the scrap again. It's sort of fun working on all this scrappy stuff. Just looking at the yarn and trying to figure out, okay, what could I make with that? And going through my pattern books and all my patterns, like, okay, those mushroom houses. I've had that book for a while and never made anything from it. And it's like, ooh, this would use up scrap yarn. Let's make some mushroom houses. So there'll be stuff like octopus and axolotls, and I have lots of patterns that only use a little bit of yarn. And I have my postal scale, so if my pattern says this takes 1.3 ounces of yarn, then I know what to do. I know which ones will work. And I want to make another Aleosaurus with different colors all over the place. But I didn't have my postal scale with me to measure the yarn, so I couldn't do that on the trip. You see what happened when I tried to do that with the cat? I didn't have enough yarn for the whole head. Okay, so I'm going to go on a monster hunt now. And then I get to play in my chair for a while until bedtime. I'm very proud of the fact that once we got home, I got all caught up with dishes. Haven't done any laundry yet, but I went out and picked black raspberries and blackberries and rhubarb and made a rhubarb berry oatmeal for dinner. So now breakfast is set for the next couple days. And we're mostly unpacked. So I feel like we're getting back to normal here. I get to sleep in my own bed tonight. And I think I will sleep very well because, well, I might not. I took a nap in my chair this afternoon. Oops. So that's all I got done. You know what? About half of these things mean that I need to update an Etsy listing. So that adds more to my list. I need to update the coffee cups. I need to update the cat and the squid and the leggy frogs. Just never ends. So busy. But hey, I've gotten 3 Etsy orders this week. So my Etsy shop is waking up again after the summer slump. And since craft shows are sort of limited until October, thank you, Etsy. So, okay, time for the monster hunt. I will put up a little note here if I find them all, like a picture of the 3 of them together. Okay, bye-bye.